fine weapon. You may now change your vocation to warrior, if you wish. If you would prefer to register a sorcerer, you will... Good tidings, sir. How fares your retrieval of those plundered weapons? Marvelous! You have acquired both an archer staff. You may now change your vocation as desired, sir. What's more, I bear glad tidings. 'Twould seem our arms shortage is at an end. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Do come again.
Over here, if you please.
The road's at your left.
Well met, son.
How might I be of service today?
These townsfolk have full of...
Need anything? Stop by again soon.
Welcome to... And quality is what you need if you want to survive. So many thanks. I appreciate the business. Well met, son.
How might I be of service?
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, I greatly appreciate the coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close.
Pray, follow me.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospital. Hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find. I'm certain there is one.
errand to see to.
Look as long as you think.
Puts me in the mood for a song. Well met, sir.
If I could, enough of my hunting for one day.
Over here, if you would.
Daphne, you nay, there is no such child. Not anymore. Daphne was born a twin, you see. Her family released her into our care shortly after. I wished nothing more for her than to live a life of her own. But it seems fate has decreed Daphne must die. Now she must survive in a world unlike aught she has ever known. I can only pray that she will prove equal to its...
This looks as good a place as any.
I spend my days in quiet...
Ah, hello again. As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treat yet, at times. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slum. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, so he was put into our care.
I'll collect that.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him. But he has yet to show any... To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that after all. There is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue. Come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now.
Psst! You there. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I see that empty bed. An old man was lying in it. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious hand, come...
Each of our patients deserves our full attention.
Got something for me?
Good day, sir.
Yeah? What it... I don't get it. Oh, almost forgot. Can't have been half done.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical... None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of affliction, and yet... Apart...
Does Sir Lubomir know of this basement sick room, I wonder?
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abb. You've done this much for me.
Would you be willing to go further? I must find out. You've my thanks. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the... Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
Indeed, you are correct.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I concur.
Chaos in the world begins with...
Do not approach me. Do not approach me.
I do hope naught befalls Lubomir.
Best watch yourself.
Pick up every little thing you find and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
I expect that's a common occurrence in our line of work.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating Sir... 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by us in a bid to pass the throne on to his own Alas, 'twould seem that no matter the... Yet 'tis clear it serves them not. Oh, what can we learn from this? Those who make light...
This battle is ours!
dog sit right here.
It's just another day, same as the one before. Do you suppose that was funny?
Wouldn't say no to a nice, juicy feast.
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. We must rest, though the sun is still up. Twas a certain source. Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I hope you slept well.
Bleeding rogue! Any loose coin about?
I'm going to say, just remember this. Somewhere to be.
I can't go on.
I spend my days in quiet reflection.
The patients in this room must not be disturbed.
Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
Indeed, you are correct.
At last we've arrived, delivery in hand.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
True enough. We're here, and none the worse for wear.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records, Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
Oh, almost forgot. Can't leave things like that.
Might we not seek out the individuals to whom these records of treatment belong, and question them about Lady Elena? If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Come, I'll lead the way.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's a... hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we?
Glad we understand each other. Till next...
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
I know not what to make of this.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done. Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll
To face it, no one's coming to my rescue. I pity those content to live in.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person. A saint. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with what 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled.
Elena? Ah, yes. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting... In the end, I survived. But methinks I was one of the lucky few. And once, I saw her. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. You'd think 'twere medicine. But I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. They were whispering. But I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well, where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square.
come off it. That's trouble here. I best move along.
I ought to be getting home. Should have someone to talk to.
I ain't gonna make any coin here.
Times are hard. I'm barely surviving.
Head home. All right.
I wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
Worth considering. Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Sarnit. I'm nodding off where I stand.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste steel.
What should I get up to?
Now here's a welcome society.
About ready to fall asleep in my first.
But not at the expense of my duty.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Oi, you there! You've just arrived. I don't mean to pry, only it's my grandson.
Morris! I've just found out Roger's been abducted by beasts.
What? No!
I've just heard news. Rog was seen being dragged off by wolves.
Oh, my poor boy. We must go rescue him at once.
Morris, think what you're saying, friend. We can't go charging off after...
Do you truly expect me to do naught but twiddle my thumbs when my only grandson... The soldiers won't do aught for him. We can't sarn it all. He's right. But what else am I to do? Do you truly mean that? If you return him to me, I will be forever in your debt.
Someone must have the answers we seek. If we ask around, we might just find them.
Please, stranger.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the jadeite orb? Very well. So, how goes it? Did you manage to... Very well.
Well, if you think me a liar, then buy something. And see the truth for yourself. The item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. Many thanks to you.
Aye, I met Roger by the cenotaph. He had what looked like a bundle of grass with him. Only he would say no more than 'twas a secret. Yet no sooner had I charged to his aid. But a poor lad. Pray help him if you can, sir.
The flowers that bloom around, from what I can glean, isn't that unusual?
It isn't my way to gossip.
How might I be of
There you are! Pray, tell me. Fine. If Master Everard finds out what I...
Shame there aren't. I rather enjoyed hearing the one about it's said to descend. Sounds like the
You'll never believe this, but the other day, normally you put an... Mayhap my eyes deceive.
What am I supposed to do about it?
I follow my whims, wheresoever...
Aye, He had what looked like a bunch. He would say no more than, yet no sooner had I charged to his aid. Poor lad. Pray help him if you can.
Poor Rog. Annie's delivered me my remedy. I still recall his... Oh, Rog. Well, I
Mayhap the flower bed will offer some clue as to Roger's whereabouts. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
Lay down your arm.
Half his descent!
We have no means of exploiting our own weakness.
My own master.
Now that is a surprise.
Not a bad haul. My magics are at your disposal.
Sleep, Roger. Fear not. I shall aid you directly.
Dare I say it?
We trounced our foe well and true. Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. We've little need for a campsite at present.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. No harm in...
Is there no getting through this door? Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
Let me get that.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
Seems there are wolves on the prowl.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Wolves, Master! Fire will prove effective against this foe.
Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up. Oh, I ought to have braced for that.
Just yonder. Looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. Yon statue makes for a fine landmark.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession to craft things for you in my spare time.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
We ought to have no trouble on the journey ahead.
Right you are.
I see you with drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along. We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
I'm scared. What's going on? How did I get here? I remember. The wolves! You saved me. Didn't you, sir? I can hardly believe it. Thank you. I would not be standing here without you. How did you know where I was? Did Grandfather... I suppose he must be worried sick of... If it's all the same to you, sir, I think I'd like to go home now.
Making our report ought to be our next priority. Let us deliver the lad to Sir Morris forthwith. If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way. Pray, follow me.
Perhaps this will seem a little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such Arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
Words worth hearing. An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. It would allow us to save our strength, assuming we are not attacked, that is.
This ox cart's bound. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Let me get that.
Is that... It is!
That I have. And 'tis all thanks to this sir's kindness.
Truly! And you seem unharmed as well.
We owe you a great debt, sir. You have my unending gratitude. Hurry along to your grandfather now, Roach. He's...
I will. I promise.
Well, thanks, sir. How was the day treating you then?
Need anything? Many thanks. Rog?
Hello, Grandfather.
'Tis a miracle. You're alive and in one piece. Oh, joy of joy!
Grandfather, you're smothering me.
Oh, hush. You don't get to complain of such things after...
Very sorry, Grandfather. I didn't mean to cause you grief.
And you? Words alone will ne'er, pray, take this. 'Tis naught but a thank you, sir.
Thank you for...
Fancy a look at my wares?
Not good will come of this.
Juicy beasts.
Greetings! We see a great many customers given our location, so you'll have to... Interested in my wares?
Well, hello. Oh, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border, where quarrels occur every other day. Do come again?